I would like to call Salah to the stage to not only be our first performer, but bless the mic with something that she does so beautifully. And it's called the Laureate's Prayer. I'm still gonna rename it Poet's Prayer. I'm gonna do like Poet's Prayer the remix. All right, so, but until then, please welcome Salah to the stage.
Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy venue come, thy will be done, at poetry with a purpose, as it is in heaven. And give us this day our feature pay. Sophia.
Yes, ma'am.
And forgive us our misuse of the English language, as we forgive those that give us a 6.4 in a slam. And lead us not into stagnation, but deliver us from writer's block. Cause it ain't cool. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of haters, I will fear no plagiarism. For thou wilt provide a lawyer for me. Thy pen and thy pad, they comfort me. Thou preparest the stage before me in the presence of mine enemy, and thou anointest my head with ink. My notebook runneth over. Surely poetry and prose shall follow me all the days of my life, and I will dwell in the vineyard of the Lord forever. Amen.
Amen.
Thank you very much for having me here. It is an honor and a pleasure to be here at this event. This is an awesome event, and I want to thank Damien for having this event and Sophia for inviting me out. She, when she contacted me, she was like, sister, listen, so I have an event that I need you to be at, and I need you to do me a really big solid for me. And I was like, okay, no problem. Is it paid? She was like, no, but it's for a really good cause. I was like, you know what? All right, I can do it. I got you. So I just want to thank you for inviting me out and doing this. Okay, I'm gonna do this for all of my writers. How many writers are there in the building? I know. Yes, I love you guys. Okay, this is for you. Out of all the questions that a poet is asked, no one ever thinks to ask, poet, how is your notebook? See, no one truly understands what a poet's notebook must endure, each sheet of paper home to so much rage and anger. How would you feel if you were put in that kind of danger? Knowing that your sole purpose was to be abused. From all the scratches on your body due to a mind confused, to be a slave to a person so deeply bemused, when in reality the only real abuse to a notebook is being unused. Here in my notebook lies a totally different world, something that most can't keep up with. Open up my pages and you're liable to feel the wind gushing. It should be considered battered, and I'm calling it marked. The only sign of a true writer is when their notebook is tattered or falling apart, or the molding is peeling off the composition spine. This is love in its prime between my pen and these lines. It's like the Messiah to me. It takes all of my transgressions upon itself so that I can be free. How it deals with the things that are inside my head are beyond me. Things like murderous intentions. This chick is back in love again. My bitterness is a woman scorned, and my need for soul redemption. I have soul ties to these blue lines not easily broken. Oh, when we stay token, me and my notebook, we get high together. I say, let's go to the moon. It says, baby, I'm down for whatever. I get elevated off these lead injections. My pen sexes the paper with no protection, releases the ink that travels up the spiral tubes, poetry then growing within the margins like paper wounds. See, no one truly understands what a poet's notebook must endure, especially not mine. I treat the lines like prison bars and lock my thoughts down into the abyss of bottomless pits, creating voids large enough to where my inner demons climb up out of it and wreak havoc upon all whose ears choose to hear me. Even though you need not fear me, I am indeed a force to be reckoned with. But I am nothing without my weaponry. My notebook is like the sunlight to my Superman, the guitar to my Eric Clapton, the stone to my King David, and the golden locks to my Samson. I am nothing if my notebook is away from me. If I die tonight, all I ask is that my notebook be buried with me. For any artist that does not appreciate the tool in which they create art is no artist at all. Like a painter with her canvas, a musician with her instrument, a dancer with her music, a photographer with his camera, we become one. I become one with my notebook. And if I hadn't said it before, please let me take the time to say it now. Notebook, I love you. And I'm sorry for everything that I put you through. Thank you guys.
Ladies and gentlemen, coming to the stage, let's show some love for Double D. D double in the house.
Turn up, DJ. Turn up, DJ, damn it. In the basement. That's how the gay dude be in the club. All he do is twirl. Let me know the words. He takes me to my place. Shut it up, DJ. What's up, y'all? Make some noise out there. Give it up for all the poets in the building. It's like 20,000 of y'all. Y'all not leaving here till 4 in the morning. Now, I'm not a poet. I do comedy, but I told her I'd come do some ghetto shit. Y'all want some ghetto shit?
Yeah!
Clap it up.
Yeah.
Now, hold on. If you curse a lot, clap it up. This first piece right here. Now, I told you I'm not a poet, but I came up with some stupid shit. This is a guy who get up in the morning, every morning he go to work. His name is Trouble. All right? Excuse me, I'm out of shape. Catch my breath. And I ain't write this. I don't be writing nothing. I can't barely read, but I give it up for a homegirl that says she do a lot of writing. She can write for me because I can't. All right, anyway. Trouble wakes up in the morning. It's raining outside. It's going to be a long damn day. Trouble said, well, Rain, let me get out here and make my goddamn way. Standing on a car with no umbrella, waiting for that same slow, fat fucking fella. Trouble get on the bus and say, why your fat ass can't get here on time? Don't you know the boss man said my black ass can't be late for work one more goddamn time? Old lady gonna get up. Why you can't never get your black ass in the bus in the morning and not make trouble? Trouble get up. Sit your ass down with your nappy ass wig. Looking like a old fat pig. Little boy gonna jump up. Mister, why you can't get on the bus in the morning and just be happy? Cause that bitch you sit next to just told me I was your daddy. Now sit your little punk ass down and stay out of grown folks' conversation. Before I send my two little badass son to your house to take your goddamn PlayStation. Old fat girl gonna jump up. Or you ain't gonna be disrespecting the children, you ugly motherfucker. Triple got up and said, sit your fat ass down with all that red lipstick on your lips. Looking like your fat ass just gave a fire truck a goddamn kiss. Your feet coming all out of the side of your shoes. Junior Craig or Burger King, bet your fat ass shoes. Old gay dude gonna jump up. You ain't gonna be disrespecting my girlfriend, you punk motherfucker. Trouble jumps up. I know where you was at last night, you bitch ass man. Holding your boyfriend's dick in your goddamn hand. Squeezing it, holding it ever so tight. Wonder why your asshole just don't feel so right. You went to the doctor to check on your age. The doctor said drink a lot of water, coffee, and prune juice too. You jumped all around, oh, that hear me, doctor. He said, no, but to show your bitch ass what your asshole is supposed to be used to do. Oh. I told you this was kind of wrong, but I'm about to wrap it up. The trouble got up and said, oh, you these motherfuckers done made me miss my goddamn stop. But no more trouble with our cause, cause that nigga right there is a cop. So no more way you hear me fuss, cause I'm getting all you niggas ignorant ass bust. That's my piece right there. Yeah. That's when I was in rehab and I ain't had shit to do. Yeah, I used to be a crackhead 20 years ago. Give it up for me, 20 years ago, crackhead. My jaw still do this shit though. I can't fix that. Stop, you're company. Alright, but I want y'all to have a good night. I'm done with you. I think y'all gonna have me. I love y'all. Thank you very much.
Clap it up for Clarence. Tell us about yourself and I'm gonna step out of your way.
How's everybody doing tonight?
Hey, good.
Thank you all for being here. Thank you, Damien, for inviting me here. And it's an honor and privilege to be around all like very special and talented writers here tonight. My name is Clarence. I'm 34 years old. Of course, when I look in the mirror, I think I'm about like 90 years old. As much gray hairs as I have on my head. And trust me, they're not all from wisdom. They're from stress. Trust me. Anyway, I was born in Virginia, moved up here, New Jersey. New Jersey and I kind of have like a love-hate relationship. New Jersey loves to hate me. I kind of love to hate it every once in a while. You know, kind of want to go out to California, start my own business and everything. But in the process now, like starting my own poem book and everything, trying to get that published. Got a few stories coming out as well. So, and mind you, I am not like I never knew I was a writer until about 2 years ago. So that kind of like just popped up out of nowhere. But I'm grateful for it because I think as writers we're creators of our own destiny, creators of like our own worlds and on paper and everything like that. So this is a poem that I kind of wrote. It's called Be Careful. You used me for your own little game. Oh, what a shame. You played me for some fool, but you are the fool. Now you look and laugh and be on your merry way. I thought you really cared about me, but I was wrong. And now you're sitting back and laughing and not even caring about what has taken place. But that's okay, because I will not be down and I will not be counted out. Because when you least expect it, I will be on top of the world, looking down at you, struggling in your grimy little hole. But be careful, because what you do to others will come back to you. Thank you.
Awesome.
Grimy little hole. Where did that come from? Because the style that alludes from your shirt. It does not say, I want to mess you up. It says, hey lady, dance with me. Or it says, you know, I like to look spiffy and smile. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. So, stealth mode. Clarence, stealth mode poet. All right. So we just created a new entity tonight. By the way, Salah skedaddled out of here and she didn't mention that she also has a publishing company. So, increasing your net worth by increasing your network. Are you Gio? Are you ready? Okay. So wait a minute. Wait. Because he was standing on his side.
It's okay.
Yeah, like we go swimming. Like, you know, he had his hand like just slightly, two fingers in the pocket. You know, he had that like Zoolander thing going on. So I want to give this man of style the proper introduction.
Go ahead.
So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the stage, Gia.
Go ahead.
Yes, use my stand, please. That's what it's here for.
What's going on, guys? So I go by the name of Gio La Locura. I'm actually an artist. I do Spanish, Latin rap. You can find me on SoundCloud. Follow me on everything Gio La Locura. I just want to give a big shout out to Damien for putting this together. Like I said, I'm an artist. I don't do poetry, so I want to give a big shout out to everyone who's a poet. I know it takes a lot of hard work, so just excuse my immatureness of being a poet, I guess. So I got 2 pieces. They're not titled, so we'll get right to it, guys. It's a packed house. We on heavy rotation. Trading my patience for a fast life. Fast girls who come with a love that's half-assed. But it's ecstasy when I'm penetrating deep and grabbing on that fat ass. Love is not immortal. It only lives in the moment. Disconnecting my phone. So love, who is you calling? So much to lose and I just started my kingdom. Protecting the freedom I never had. I'm too caught up in my pride. Did I forget to exhale? Suffocating. Am I suffocating? Oh God, I'm suffocating. Let me breathe. I'll fade into the mist, resembling the smoke of that loud. That's the first piece, guys. Thanks. All right. So much pain and sorrow lives in my soul. Pain created by mistakes. Pain created by others. As I reflect on my life, I reflect on the downfalls, the what-ifs. When they look from the outside in, it always looks peachy. But the fruit of my labor is rotten, gone with the harvesting season. Fear separates us, while death makes us equal. A blank stare distributes the tears full of emotions, which tells our story. Our events are scattered across the universe. I call these events our fingerprints. The only evidence that could place us in the scene of the crime. Sorry about that. Dreams make our wishes come true, while our self-conscious turns those wishes into dreams. I've seen the superhumans being hated on by the cyborgs and the androids who use their keyboards and their mouse as shields and swords to attack the ones who believe dreams can become reality. Inception is a movie which have become my life while I try to turn my life into a movie, fantasizing about becoming limitless, or at least an Avenger. For those who taps to the beat of the song, which is not played by the Pied Piper, is purely played by their pain-filled souls.
Awesome.
Thank you, guys. Guys, thank you for your time. Once again, you can find me on everything. Gio La Locura, Off the Walls. Thank you for the time.
Thank you. Yay!
We're gonna go with the first one. I like your boots. Thank my boots. Thank you. I hope I live up to everything she has said. This would be the night, right? For me to just bomb.
Oh, please. Oh, please. Her bombing? Look, okay?
I definitely appreciate the invite from Damon. And with me being a school teacher and seeing so many autistic children, I'm obligated to be a part of events like this, and even if I'm not a teacher, we still have to join hands and help one another in everything that we do, because regardless of what people may say or think, we need each other. We need each other. So this song that I'm about to do, I've done before. I haven't done R&B music in a minute because now I'm doing house music. It afforded me the opportunity to go to London and Scotland and all of these things, but I have a show here on March 21st where I'm doing all of my genres. I'm doing here. Yes, March 21st upstairs. I'm doing R&B, I'm doing country western, I'm doing it all, house music, yep. So, and it's all original with the live band and 2 opening acts, and the guy who discovered R. Kelly, DJ Wayne Williams, he's gonna be my DJ that night. So everybody's coming together to help me. I'm ready. This song is called Greener. Little mic check, y'all. But here we go. My man came by the other day and told me he was leaving. He said he found a woman of his dreams. He said they never fuss or fight. She gives him reason to come round at night. Plus she cooks and cleans much better than me. Some men don't miss. Try I told you. Now these are the words he's crying to me. I'm so sorry for what I did. Be my wife and have my kids. I discovered the grass ain't green enough on the other side. But I told him from the start, don't you ever break my heart, and you did. So goodbye.
Some men don't miss,
Some men don't.
their well runs dry.
They don't realize till she's gone that they had a happy home. Yeah.
They always think the grass is
Greener on the other side. But the grass ain't always greener on the other side. How dare you come in my home telling me what she does for you, when I've been doing that and more since the day that I met you. What you had in me was safe, so secure, but you risked it all. You gave it all up, 'cause you thought she had more.
well runs dry.
But the grass ain't always greener on the other side, no.
They always think the
Oh, no. It ain't greener. It ain't greener. No, no.
some men don't miss,
Some men don't.
well runs dry.
They don't realize till she's gone that they had a happy home. Yeah.
Always think the grass is greener on the other
It ain't greener.
side.
It ain't greener. Hey, it ain't greener. Ooh.
Greener.
Hey, hey, hey.
I told you so.
Greener.
Greener.
No, it ain't greener.
Greener.
Why did you leave? It ain't greener.
Greener. Greener.
What did you do? How dare you come into my home telling me about some other woman? Have you lost your mind? The next time you decide to walk out the door, you better keep on walking, 'cause you ain't worthy. You can't be with me. No, 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 no. Oh no. That's greener, y'all. Is it skill or luck? What does it take? Oh, I'm mad as hell. No. Maybe hard to believe, but it's true. Now that you, I'm so mad. Now is there one? Could there be two? I'll join in and use them too. All the lies and phony alibis I took to be the truth was too naive to believe you'd play me for a fool. But now I'm mad as hell. Now go and tell all men what I'm gonna do. Beat you at your own game. enjoy your evening.
Ladies and gentlemen, married with attitude.
Alright, this is my first time and I'm very, very nervous right now.
Good. You're fine.
Alright, I have to tell what my followers, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Well, you can follow me on Instagram, MaryJanet27. And I know the first one, but the second one I'm not too sure about, so I'm going to read off the paper. Okay, the first one's called The Gift of Breath. At times, all we know is pain, but all we felt is heartache. Shed tears for better days. Our life survival is to survive, but all we want is to really be loved. I'm sorry. People come in your life and seem to be different, but ultimately end up the same. It is said being alone is the greater happiness. Now you can live to the same. Having reliance on yourself is better than having anyone else. Who can contemplate evil so beautifully disguised? They're staring at you so angelically. Soft voices with such malice intent. Heart so cold, they're miserably enjoying life. I'm sorry. They live off undesirable outlooks when life is so beautifully created. We are blessed with life, the gift of breath, the endowments to walk, talk, and learn. With with magnificence so beautifully. Why is there so much negative? As we all stand alone, please know. The strongest survive, and through every storm there's a bright rainbow. Okay. I don't know. Sorry. I'm sorry. I'm nervous.
That's the right time, Mary.
Memorized, but it's called I'm Proud of Her. You ever sit down and think about all the things you wish you could change? She does. But she's also proud of the things she's accomplished standing alone. Only 27, what does she really know? From what she's been through her short time of experiences. She is blessed to experience and appreciate what God has given her. All the cold nights, hunger fights. Sometimes she wishes she could sit down and really tell you what she goes through. Why sometimes she cries alone. Why sometimes she has so much to say, but she can't express. Why her love hurts. Why her heart hurts, but she can't accept. She doesn't feel loved. She feels underappreciated. How can this be? You look at her so angelically, so peaceful and calm. Her accomplishments don't mean much. All her life, she's tried to feel accepted. A daughter that you could say, I'm proud of her. But no, she's tried so hard and she feels so heartbroken. Who really cares? Her heart breaks every time she looks at her reflection in the mirror. Little by little, her days turned into nights, and she realized she holds very much bitterness. Many feelings she needs to let loose. Tears don't take away the pain, for the absence of acceptance will disappear one day. There are plenty of challenges that may come her way. As she takes a step, she'll grow stronger, with the high hopes of better tomorrows. She would trust herself, and with the lack of affection, she'll grow the courage to say, they can't hurt me. And one day, I'm sorry.
It's okay. Your time.
She'll build the courage to say, they can't hurt her unless she lets them. And with time, she'll become a spirit. And then they'll say, I'm proud of her. But by then, it'll be too late.
Go ahead, girl.
I don't even know who Javon is, but that's just like a strong name. Javon, welcome! What's up, Javon? You came up here kind of with a smooth glide. Get up here, my brother. How are you?
I'm well, how are you?
I'm doing good, thank you. Are you going to do poetry?
Yes, I am.
Are you going to rap?
No.
Are you going to sing?
Every brother got a rap.
I used to rap when I was in high school, and I was kind of nice.
Something like that.
Oh, all right. Shoot. Saying, like, what? Oh, no, I'm sorry. No, it was a flashback. I just went back, like, 30, 40. Anyway, I'm old. This is Javon Warren. I'm going to sit.
How's everybody doing tonight?
Good.
My name is Javon. I'm 18. I'm a poet. This is what I love to do. I'm actually here on behalf of my clique, Proof, poetic representatives of optimism and faith.
All right.
And Me personally, I feel like everybody should find their proof, like why they're here and what they're doing. I'm pursuing righteousness over obstacles and failures. That's my proof. I'm going to do a couple poems for you guys tonight. I just hope you guys enjoy them. And let's go. My first piece is titled Pineal Gland. Pineal gland. Next level dimensions. Demented, diabolic adolescent. They told me chill, but I'm not sweating. I can't stress it. Cause even back when I slept with the stuffed Bugs Bunny, my mind looped like overlapping parabolas. I was a preteen with the screw loose and flipping out like a spatula. See, every day without a freak out, I was thinking spectacular, but living real means you go by facts and can't nobody back them up. So I'm off the road, Wile E. Coyote before the Acme anvil fell, and when I landed, I went blind. Now either I lost it and fell in the cave, or I finally made it to hell, but I can't hit a switch cause all my bright ideas never got my bulb lit. That's dead Watts. Wasted assassination plots on my enemies, so instead I blow minds. John F. Kennedy. Nuclear threats followed by curses. Life filled with purpose in cursive. See, dilemmas fill life like Marilyn Monroe filled dresses with her curvices. And when it gets bad, you wonder, damn, who really deserves of this? But you forget that life is live and there ain't no way of reversing it. When I wake up, my third eye blinks twice, readjusting my corneas to what the cold world holds for the day. It sees flightless birds getting pushed in the wind and they sway. Lost dreamers with euphoria and fate in the days. Self-made bosses, but it's obvious the dues have yet to be paid. In turn, there's another generation on the road that's yet to be paved. So it's hustle and determination that we're trying to change, and not the poison and greed that we're trying to contain. So tell me, what will you see when the lights go off? And the only way for sight is the mind. I divided the sixth sense by 2 states of mind to find ways with my third eye. Thank you. My second piece is titled Blackout. And when I started writing it, I really didn't have a context for it. But I think it's appropriate that it's the last day of Black History Month. And I have this piece for you guys. Again, it's titled Blackout. Lately, I've been contemplating, would I rather survive on my knees or die on the top tier? And is survival something that's even worth having since the end is so near? It's a damn shame how y'all don't have my visions, or else you would see that the plot is so clear. This shit is sad enough for a blood to feel bad for a crip. I'm talking about crying the blues and shedding a tear. For I have seen I'm a part of the master plan. We almost got a plate, but they still got us eating out of master's hand. We hungry for our share, and our meal plan is getting more sheer. But I'm used to starving. The meat of my history's been stripped from the bone and fed to other people's history so they can have a story that's gifted and wrapped with the bow. They got a young brother living like, Lord forbid there be some black superheroes. Cause what did Clark Kent do when he found out he was from Krypton? He grabbed his cape and rose to the occasion. See, that's exactly how I felt when I found out that wealth and education flourished from the darkest of nations. Where your people have been is a sign of where you're destined to go. But this knowledge has been kept from us so that we never know. It's no coincidence that a lot of us do not know our past before slavery. Geocentric screening has damned us to grow up not knowing what we're capable of. They hope that black would fade to black. The echoes of our homeland have been suppressed, but with strength that's relentless, lies have been left undressed. See, I'm a part of the master plan where this nation's founding fathers threw up blinds to block out the suns. With there being no light, they were betting on me never to see, but with having a half-black president through those blinds, I caught a peek. Can't you see? We're the lost picture. Some of us look up to gods that don't even stand for us. Our motive for life is now a lost scripture. We're the lost picture. And it's crazy because they started with cropping us out. Now we're conditioned to think that crop is what we're about. Picking cotton, smoking weed. Hell, they even sold us coke to assure that black bodies would still be strange fruit ornaments hanging from trees. Left us in situations that were hard to get out of, to the extent that character wasn't the thing that truly mattered. Brainwashed to think that material things are what we should be proud of. Drugs made us sick. We were diseased, turned green, because we let dead presidents represent what we mean. And that only set up the beef. And now we only shine as bright as the blood diamonds on our teeth. And now can't you see why we can't let this plan go accordingly? But it might be too late. Because I'm a part of the master plan where they want me to hate you, my brother. They want me to hate you so much that they want me to put the feds in business by purchasing an illegal weapon. Then again, even if it is legally owned, they want me to break into my father's lockbox, grab his Beretta, and show you how a young dude with no kids can still pop. And they're counting on me, wanting to be quick to pull it up like I'm trying to beat the shot clock. And when I was in school hearing about who was contributing dimes, it was never talk about donating box tops. They created our reality. But in a world like this, priority don't exist, so I ask. Shall I think like Malcolm? March like Martin? Speak like Obama? All I need are the tools to build, so I can pursue intellectual highs in order to make dollars. That makes sense to me. So why celebrate a month when every day that I live I can make Black history? Thank you.
That's right. Yes.
Hello, everybody.
Hello.
That was so sweet.
Oh, that's true.
My name is Jaleesa McEachin. I'll just put my plug in the beginning. You can find me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. I have a book called Poetic Inner Me. March 13th will actually be 1 year that this book has been out. I'm very proud. But I'm gonna do 2 pieces for you today. And the first piece is called The Children's Tale. Now, I wrote this piece because I am a mother of a 4-year-old, and I'm a mother of a 4-year-old girl. And I'm tired of seeing these little girls twerking in videos, or the little boys rapping A to Z, Lil Wayne, but can't spell your name.
Hey.
So, this is an ode to them. A children's tale. Man, oh man. Look at that little girl with her hip in her hand. Acting like a bad attitude is in demand, like a habit she's grown up with and up and ran, huh? Look at little dude with his pants in the sag. No need to groom his hair cause he wear do-rags. Schoolwork, please. He don't give it a chance, but he could tell you front and back about a crip walk dance. Wasting away. You don't know about the great people who die each day, so you can live in harmony and pave the way. Young ones really better listen to the things you say. For nowadays, one word could send you to your grave. Shattered dreams, cause young girls lose their self-esteem and end up naked on the cover of a magazine. Young dudes end up selling drugs and sin to a dude who don't care about him, but he worship the kingpin. Wake up, young brother, cause the curtain is closing. While slain and shot bodies are decomposing. Young girls disappearing without no one knowing. And the dude who said he loved you got you tricking and hoeing. Girl, please straighten up before you catch a disease. Dude really care about you, but you stay on your knees. I know when you get older you want riches and wealth, but straighten up, young ones, before you buy yourself. That was the first one. And then the last poem that I'm going to share is a poem that I wrote because I was born in Newark, New Jersey, but I grew up in Irvington, New Jersey, which to me is no different. It's like right down the street. But the reason why I wrote this poem is because when you're growing up in a neighborhood like Newark or Irvington, most parts, and you're walking down the street and you see abandoned lots, or you see broken down houses, or you see trash on the ground, or somebody got murdered over here. I've been burying classmates since 10th grade, so I'm used to it. RIP t-shirts is like another fashion shirt in my closet. And it's crazy because when you're young, the only thing you can do is dream. That's all you have, and that's all, you know, that's what you can take with you. No one can take it away from you. So it's called She Dreamt. She dreamt. She dreamt. She dreamt one day that she would wake up in a neighborhood where guns never existed, where buildings were safe and hallways never pissed in. She dreamt. She dreamt of never suffering and never being afraid. She dreamt of grassy meadows with cemeteries laid. She dreamt. She dreamt of never waking up because life and dreams were better. Her life was like a hurricane, full of rain and stormy weather, but she dreamt. Holding her head as gunshots rang through her block. Dudes on the corner selling weed and coke rocks. Women gyrating to the music of strange men, putting money in their hands while they lay on their backs and grin. Why must life be so hard and success so far away? What do you do when tragedy speaks but there's nothing left to say? So she dreamt. See, we face life realities every time we open our eyes. It's people dying every day, so to me, tragedy's no surprise. See, I live in a world full of misfits who's trying extra hard to fit in. A world full of sex, drugs, misbehaving, and sinning, so she dreamt. See, life is like a game of roulette. You take a spin and see where you land. Today wasn't promised yesterday, and tomorrow's in God's hands. So as she lay in her bed and dream of what life could have been, she suddenly faced reality when her dream comes to an end. Wake up. Thank you.
People, so many wonderful people here tonight to perform. I would actually like to perform a poem now, if that's okay.
Yep, of course.
Did you notice how I put all my stuff up first? So what if you guys had said no, and I just would have been like, Anne is here, so whatever. Like, just listen. I mean, what's the big deal? So, all right. So this piece is called Sensitivity, and it kind of, I think, echoes a lot of some of the things that you touched upon, Jaleesa, in your poems. He captured her thoughts like a thief in the night, closed-minded to the fact that his presence has blinded her sense of passion. Although these actions may seem drastic, criminal, this lost lamb needed to find him, a wolf in sheep's clothing. He feels he owes her nothing more than harsh lessons of how to be a resilient woman. How could he know this when the only womb he possessed gave birth to him? Or was it that he was so obsessed with getting back into Mother Earth's fertile crescents? With that forked tongue he claimed to care, sharing schisms, mad isms, his twisted sense of chauvinism. Chivalry is wicked, transparent to a conscious woman. Yet unbeknownst to his capricious flock of ovine, he is the pretentious Messiah, already bought and owned, a mess of a man I had already known, and she. They be dams coveted ambitiously like a shadow cast upon stone. You see, I know I have a story of my own. I was once his ovine, his concubine for the fleecing, but not in the way that you're thinking, not a disciple, his trusted confidant, doing his bidding. For unlike these sacrificial lambs, those shared sheeple, those weaklings, he was into me, getting love in where it fitted. We think, we thought, we dreamed in unison, but suddenly, something happened. The more he devoured my womanhood. Don't get jealous, just my business. The more he devoured my womanhood, the more he saturated my fertile crescent in our baptismal ritual, salivating me from labia to fallopian tube.
Oh my God.
I know! Wait for it. I drenched his jewels and he craved this bliss. He ingested my sweet nectars. Hell, he gutted me like a fish with his most power-fueled tool, his sharp wit. Divinely he chose me because in his eyes, I am the epitome of strength. Only God can judge me now. I prayed for his deliverance and I got it. He preyed on my bewilderment and he was greedy for attention. And I fed him naivete from the udders of ignorance. And the more he explored her insatiable lust for acceptance, and the less he was concerned about her taste in music or movies or books or the clothing on her back, he was constantly riding her and riddling her with abusive languages and brutal attacks of her character. After all, by night, he regressed an ogre, but by day he donned vanity's mask with great pride. And in her eyes, and in her eyes, and in her eyes, He was Prince Charming, predictable, ingrate. He was cunning, conniving, and vain, crude, motivated by gluttony, sloth-like. He lacked progression. He took what he desired and he pillaged and he ravaged and he ate and he ate and he ate. He ate. And she trifled with the disease they created. You see, she fed him once more, and at the snap of her hand she exclaimed, "My, what big teeth you have." He captured her thoughts like a thief in the night, a wolf in sheep's clothing, devouring docile disciples. Tearfully, she begged her Lord for him, drenched supplications, forming damnation's rivers. You see, ladies, think about it. You get what you pray for. She asked not God for a righteous man, but one with sensitivity. And God
the next brother, I'm going to give a quick introduction because I know we got to keep things rolling and it's dwindling down, but we poets, we perform for ourselves. I mean, because we're messengers and there's a message to be delivered and we'll deliver it in any circumstances for any reasons. But the next brother is really, we're all very important. He's important because he kind of single-handedly started this movement and he started recognizing other poets and he started celebrating other poets. And at one time he felt isolated and he was doing this by himself. And he felt like there was nobody standing with him. But he didn't realize just him standing alone as a man celebrating others was a reason to celebrate him. And he started the National Poetry Awards. And it's been a movement that's been going on for some time now. And I'm sure he'll talk more about it when he comes up here to perform. And so, ladies and gentlemen, please show some love for Troy Poet Lewis. Oh, okay. 'Cause I was like, I know he ain't on no bathroom break.
Thank you, sister. How y'all doing?
All right.
I was in a back like, past my bedtime. I got work in the morning, but we are here for a cause. And I want to thank, everybody who actually came out, everybody who supported, Wireless. Damien, there's a poet on the stage and you are talking.
That's another one.
Damien, thank you for letting me come out, bless the mic for this cause. Thank you, Sister Amina. All the poets, give yourselves a round of applause. Ain't nobody shot the DJ out tonight. I noticed that. Giving you a shout out, brother. See?
Thank you.
The camera crew, film crew. Yeah, they've been doing a good job. God sent, I'll talk to you later. Yeah, you on my list. But I started the National Poetry Awards a few years ago. We're going on our 5th year anniversary. It's pretty, thank you. This year we're going back to Fayetteville, North Carolina. We just got the word 2 days ago. We spoke to the mayor. He's coming on the board of directors with us this year. So we've been doing it big time. You can go to www.thenationalpoetryawards.com. Voting starts on March 15th. There will be more information as we go along throughout the year. The event is actually in August. So for those who can make it, please come out, support, donations, whatever you can do. I want this to be the next Grammys of America. Everybody got the hip hop and they got the blues and everything else. I did it for the poets. You look at the Grammys, they got 1 or 2, categories. That's not enough. There's a million poets out here. So I took the stand and liberty to say, this is my way of giving back. And we're going to take over America. Okay. I am a poet. I've been doing it now for about 15 years. I don't like doing poetry. I don't like writing. That's my issue. I don't like writing. I like performing. Y'all want to see me perform?
Yes.
Ta-da! Done. All right, I'm gonna do a piece. It's called War in America. I gotta lead after God, saying he didn't want to use a mic, so I gotta do the same thing. Sometimes I'm a biter, you know. There's a war in America. There's a war in America. There's a war in America because our children are at war. USA, 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 USA is what they say when they send your child off to war. Because there's a war in America. I said that there's a war in America, and our children, they keep dying in America because these so-called soldiers keep fighting for America. Lacing up their boots and buttoning up their suits. Another soldier has died today. You know, like I know that this soldier here is underage, not old enough to buy cigarettes, not old enough to drink liquor, but in the government's eyes, they was old enough to be another USA victim. Because there's a war in America. I said that there's a war in America, and my child is at war. My child is only 13, but I guarantee you when she comes 20, she's going to be fighting for America. I don't believe that she's going to be standing next to me holding guns and backs, holding my backs here in America, because there's a war in America. I said that there's a war in America. They worry about 2 African Americans walking down the street. But they don't say nothing when it comes to 1,500 covered in sheets. They worry about Michael Vick and dogs and such. But does the government really love dogs that much?
Word.
And you might as well legalize ism because you signed and you voted just to keep racism, nationalism, anti-Semitism. These are some of the things that you just want to call Americanism. Because there's a war in America. I said that there's a war in America, and my child is at war. There's a war in America. There's a war in America. There's a war in AMERIKKA, America. If you didn't hear me, there's a war in AMERIKKA, America. Because there's a war in America. I said that there's a war in America, and my child is at war. Your child is at war. Our children are at war here in America because there's a war in America. I said that there's a war in America, and my child is at war. Because there's a war in America. There's a war in America. There's a war in America because our children are at war.
Yeah. I mean, we won't need the mic. We know, whatever.
All right, so it's cool because when we think about the young brother that we're celebrating, right? Celebrating life, we have to also understand that there's brothers that suffer in similar fates without being murdered. Right. I got a homie named D. He's like one of my favorite people on the planet. He don't got no social security card. He like damn near 25. You know what I mean? He don't got no mailing address. You know what I mean? He's one of the best basketball players I've ever met in my life. But he has no future because he doesn't want one. So when I hear about what happens to the young brother that we're celebrating, and so many other situations that, that we need to be discussing, this poem, titled My Brother's Keeper. I dedicate this to my brothers trying to survive, working a 9 to 5 with dividing them pies. I could dig it. I grew up in the opposition. Daddy had no pot to piss in. Served sandwiches and powdered eggs inside my kitchen. All we had was optimism, not to mention pops was sniffing. Sad to say he passed away. Then the role of the man in the house was passed to me. As for Dre, he was in the streets stressing mom, so naturally I was next in line, but I ain't special. Everybody got a story, some of pain and some of glory, some of shame for wanting to wane you. Life of crime just ain't for me. Question. Am I my brother's keeper? Can I teach bottom feeders to be leaders? Who gonna hold me down when the evils creep up? What did the death of Malcolm X Shabazz teach us? It's like, I miss my homie D-Block. I was studying Nas, who thought I fall in love with hip-hop, and you were running streets, blocks, avenues. Young kings with an attitude. We both thought basketball would get us out the hood, then my knee blew out for good. Then a paper chase. I'm working 3 jobs, your boy trying to stand strong. You was moving anything you could get your hands on. No need to be specific, but you mastered your craft, and we both had a knack for bringing this cash in. Living life with a passion when something was lacking. We didn't plan, plot, strategize none of our actions, like Pac said. I got in tune with the universe. All of my fears vanished. Being honest with reality healed all of my damage. Now I watch my thoughts manifest. Sometimes I can't believe I ain't dreaming. I wish my homie D was here to see what I created. When you're ready, you got a spot in my empire waiting. So am I my brother's keeper? Yes, I am. Am I my brother's keeper? Yes, I am. Am I my brother's keeper? Yes, I am. Alright, so that's that, right? I do want to do a drink for y'all. I'm having a hell of a day, by the way, right? Life is good as hell, right? So I should have been gave this, right? The first song in the first part, I want to do a song. I figure like, why not do some of my art, right? I rap my ass off, right? So when as he loading that up, you know, it's Black History Month, right? And I do want people to understand that, you know, it's Black History Month, but that is not the same as American History Month. You know what I mean? Because my history don't start when slavery ends. Nowhere even close. So one thing like the song I'm about to do is titled "Time is an Illusion." African civilizations, the way we conceive time, they didn't see it that way. Time is a continuation of right now. You can't escape the present moment. So there is no past, present, or future. Just right now. That's real Black history. It's the only song.
Free.
Pardon?
It's free, the first song?
Yeah. It's 009, just remain calm. It's the Black James Bond. Picture me rolling, I'm holding the planet in my clutches as much as I want to crush it. I hate the fact that I love it. I caress it and hug it, here to rescue the public. God bless him, I tell him ignorance is bliss. I want to rewind 5 years back in the time before my spiritual shift to when I didn't give a shit. That's blasphemous, I asked for this. Once you obtain the knowledge, you can't give it back. You gotta live with that, how real is that? It's Nina.
So time does not exist for me as it does for most people.
Fall asleep and wake up in a different time zone. Sorry for drifting off, pretty lady, my mind gone. On a journey and then they coming back to December. I still remember you being a little thinner, your booty getting bigger, girl. What you done with that? Shit, I could have some fun with that. You give it to me, you won't want it back. She said, when you sharp for a 25-year-old, I said charge it to the game and told me everything I know. It's the Black James Bond, 009. Everything's fine with me. I'm just trying to see what you're trying to do. Welcome to First Class. I gotta play my role, like can't we play the whole? But Lord, I'm gonna miss this material life, living it like I might see prison tonight, or my soul might be chilling on nights. I'm just living my life, taking a risk, rolling the dice, fall in love in the clouds, hypnotized by the sights. LA to New Jerusalem, make it tomorrow tonight. Papa told me to ride, never swallow your pride. Gotta live and you learn, look a king in his eyes, play with fire, get burned. Used to chill on the side, I was waiting my turn. We the stars in the sky, they too far to the side. The name Rashad, baby, James Rashad, that's my real name. It's a Black James Bond, 009, just remain calm. Close your eyes, harmonize from within, sacrificing your vice in this life full of sin. Saboteur amateurs with a pen. If tomorrow never dies, I hope this beat never ends. It's the Black James Bond, 009. Everything's fine with me. I'm just trying to see, baby, what you trying to do. I wanna welcome you. Welcome to First Class. That's what we got, right? Welcome to First Class. The previous portion of this. It's the Black James Bond, 009. Just remain calm. It's the Black James Bond, 009. Just remain calm. Time is an illusion, baby. Imagination is everything. See, it's the Black James Bond, 009. Everything's fine with me. I'm just trying to see, baby, what you trying to do. I wanna welcome you. Let me welcome you, baby, what you trying to do. I wanna welcome you. It's the Black
James Bond.
In between the cots.
009.
Dark
Swag.
black
Styles
with like nothing in them. Those are called black holes.
My name is Jimmy Dyson.
Check, check. Hello.
How y'all doing?
How's everyone doing?
That's a beautiful intro that you gave me.
Thank you.
It's not Los Negros Americanos though.
Just Negros
It's just Negros Americanos. It's cool.
Appreciate it.
We are the. Understood.
Okay. I'm MC Enigma.
Bishop the Eastside Nappy. And a little bit of something about us. We are one of, if not the first, African American group that makes music in both English and Spanish, and now Portuguese. With language learning, if that's a word, an adjective. We lived in Panama for a year, 2011. We moved out there, learned the language of Spanish, and through that situation. And we're back here, and we're just making it happen, you know?
So we're gonna have some fun. This is a stream of consciousness. The left ventricle eclipsed the pigs at the festival. Now they sip perspiration from my left testicle. Effortless metaphors, syringe of the tetanus. Shot craters through the minds of well-known professors. Lessons suggested by the likes of my likes. Esoteric rhetoric disguised to the naked eye. I'm loud. The praying mantis underdog style. The black welterweight caballero de la Al. Confusion for those who would never walk the mile. A scene of optimism of a childlike smile. It's enigma, my rhyme scheme got 'em like bucks in the sights of the high beam lights. I'm doing my thing, not surprising. We finally are rising. I can choose to supersize my number 4 with fries and a Frosty. But that's where she lost me. Paid for the bun, but the honey was costly. Metaphoric, you hear a message, you ignore it. Y'all bathed in the Clorox, brainwash, extorted. Forfeit, I'm taking over your ship like One Piece, shonen jump into the rawness. Topanga, Kyoko, and all the Tenchi Muyo. Mia, Morris, Tuyo, yo soy duro, vulgar. Depending on the culture, or rather natural brown gal from Nova Scotia. Pull her closer and do what you're supposed to. Ovary explosion, now she is a mother. Fallopian tubes behold the second coming of a brother who was smitten by your kitten and your onion. Not running game, mind frame like a puzzling. Your intellect's attractive, perhaps I'll be your lover, man.
Just warming it up, because you know, in certain situations, right, you can't just ease it in, right? Things have to be lubricated, and that's what we're doing.
That was a peck on the neck, you know what I'm saying? You can't be a savage. Some cats don't know that, you know what I mean? You gotta tell them. They grew up on that Pepe La Pew, right?
We go by the name of Negros Americanos, and we like to do inspirational music, you know, things that you can listen to. And this brother used to play tennis. You still do?
I still play tennis. I was a tennis coach for many years, Junior Olympics, 2002, Knoxville, Tennessee. But my coach's name was Mr. Van Blake, and he always said, coulda, shoulda, woulda, the saddest words in the English language. Right? He was 85 when he was coaching. You know, he ate vegetables and stuff.
He's in his 90s now.
He's in his 90s. He's got a young girlfriend.
And
she's in her 60s.
Yeah.
I saw him at ShopRite. He said, he did one of those.
Sharp brother too, man.
Yeah, so
talk to you for days about anything.
Exactly. So coulda, shoulda, woulda in the spirit. Track 2.
Get loud,
It's a new track from my album coming very soon.
Could have been on the beach in Chesapeake. Now I'm sitting in the penitentiary. Should have been a Nobel Peace Prize. Now I'm in the cell 3 feet wide. Should have been an all-star ball player. I've heard that before, that's what they all say, you lose when you don't use your potential. Coulda, shoulda, woulda, I'm real conditional.
Listen, a man with both hands complain till he's seen a cat with no hands begging for change. When the crickets quarrel, the opposite of sorrow is experienced by the crow. If you follow, say yo entiendo.
Yo entiendo.
Me entiende.
Me entiende.
From the state of Reggie Noble and of the the sensei. Likewise, we're going global. This is a legacy, hard work. As the author of my artwork, 200 shows deep, funded off of our hard-earned work and subs. Soup kitchen for some grub. Got invited to rock, but had no route to the club. Perseverance, block the past interference. Head to the first down, touchdown, declare it. Spirit, shine in the beacon of light. He who says he can and he who says he can't are both right. No excuses. Please, son, it's useless. I'm more concerned on how to survive and find solutions. A wise man could play the role of a fool, but a fool can't be a wise man. So which one are you? Choose one and get her done. Larry, the cable guy, invest in yourself. Health is wealth and stay alive. I diggity do it. I rippity rap and spit the music. The thought that can't to me is stupid. So why can't we do it?
Got the mind on the days and twisted. You laughing at me because I'm a slave to the job. Why you stealing rob? Get locked up to be a slave to the system. You got your Facebook. Yo, then I'm not amazed, but I'm listening. So hear me out. Why would you never rob Charlie, but look at me like I'm the greatest victim? Because you know they would give up the search for my killer. For his, they find the right perpetrator and get him. Who's that making shit hard for me? Steady starving me, keeping me in poverty. It's Charlie, but who's robbing me? Making my neighborhood a murder scene, murder scene. It's Raheem, but one couldn't do without the other. So together, it's Charlie and Raheem. Ooh, yeah. Sing it out, y'all. Charlie and Raheem. Okay. Charlie and Raheem. All together. Charlie and Raheem. Come on, baby. Last time. It's Charlie and Raheem. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Go by the name Negros Americanos.
Let's protect our kids. This is about Avante. Let's protect our kids in all walks of life. Remember, you know, we're the community, we're the village. It's on us, we're the adults.
Come here one second. So this is 44, right?
Yeah.
This is 45. So we not old.
44.5.
So we not old. We need to stop with this
just
oldness.
older, but I'm older.
No, you wise, baby. You fabulous.
Word.
Wait, what's the girl start? Like,
So
no,
we're not old.
you're right. I'm just older.
We're just fabulous.
We are fabulous.
That's right, baby.
And we
That's right.
are Las Aminas.
Las Aminas. That's right.
Love you, Mama.
So my name is Sonia Roman, also known as Amina Love. You can find me on Facebook under Sonia Roman. I'm also a publisher, love publishing. I have my cards in the back. I also have a book, which you can find on Amazon and Barnes & Nobles. It's called My Time to Scream, if you guys are interested. So, so this, you know, the reason why we put this program together was because we lost a young soul, Avante Okendo. And, you know, I want to take a moment to just think about him, because yesterday we found out that they don't know what he died, how he died. And so I want to take a moment just to think of him, and I wrote a piece for him. Wow. So it's just one piece, because we have to go, unfortunately. But it's called Through a Mother's Eyes.
Right.
I am his yaya. From day one, the flittering pulsations of his heart beating birthed me to nurture 10 fingers and toes. I watched him make his way through the adversity of his day. He never made a sound, but I heard the melody of his soul. Born speechless to some degree, still flawless in mother's eyes. Avante Okendo, you kindle the spirit within me like no other, always sharing your brilliant smile, forcing us to see the world through your angelic eyes. What a true honor it was to have you by my side, proud to be a silent witness to your symphony, my son. The totality of your communication was beyond special. We needed each other. Yes, they labeled your abilities meager, yet not to mama. For our porters brought forth words that matured, thought patterns, through the simplest of embraces. Your heart stay conjoined with mine. Yet age brings about a craving of needing to understand the outside world, of no understanding, often leaving us alone. And so you wandered one day within your thoughts as I worried in prayer. Once told, Father, please protect him. Father, please return him. Father, I place him in your hands of infinite wisdoms, a prayer that only a parental can offer the Creator upon a time of lostness. For it is worldly, unnatural for seeds to exceed the born host of our Father, who art in heaven, gift of procreation. Yet then the final call came of deliverance, seeking to hear the loving of simple utterances of breath, responding to my loving syllables. However, the Creator had placed you on the list of the chosen. My tears thanked him for the memories of us. Time well spent, though it was only 14 years, not much in human years. In my view, the Most High shall care for you with no greater love, thanking him for the gift of you.
Next up to the stage is Batman. Da-na-na-na-na-na-na. That is such a cool hat.
Thank you very much. And your watch.
That is such a cool. That's the mom in me when you have to shift from emotional to like, you know, Batman, like really fast, because, you know, it's just what I do. But enough about me. We're gonna listen to. You gonna use that one?
Yeah, so you had a problem with him, set it straight.
Because he had an attitude. He was giving me trouble. Work him out. Taj, ladies and gentlemen. Peace, Amina. Love you guys. Thank you for coming.
Sheesh. Yeah, I'm cold and nervous up here.
Freezing out here.
Yeah, it's a bad combination right now. Oh, she left? That was a beautiful poem right there. Okay, I see nobody really did, you know, the basic, like, you know, love poem type thing, so I'm gonna go ahead and say my piece. I guess if you haven't experienced what you know, my poem is about, then hopefully you do. And yeah, hope you enjoy it. The name of it is Time Machine. Picture this. Wait, let me restart that.
Take your time.
I got it. Cold and nervous. Okay. Picture this. A simple spark in electricity suddenly enhanced quantum's depth of telepathy. She and I instantly start to intercept each other's thoughts exceptionally. I get lost in her while she's finding me. We're combining electrons with protons. Atoms burst. A static shock at 1.21 gigawatts. Our minds then start to intertwine as our eyes lock. Intensity. The immense energy flowing from two entities. It's like chemically we just peaked advanced chemistry. Our breathings align, her heart's beating like mine, we sync. Not even a thought to blink. These are the intangible means to create a time machine. See, no one seems to notice that time is frozen but us. This potion we've conjured up is potent. It's casting a spell so that where we dwell, nothing exists but us. It's intense. The suspense is building up. We initiated this time machine that has teleported us to a plane where our spirits are detained but our bodies remain put. Still nobody notices. These illogical dynamics make it so we are excluded from the rules of this planet in order to bend time, yet not vanish. What are the chances I just stumbled upon enchantment? Of course, they'll try to use science to prove that I'm lying, but then I just close my eyes and picture her. Atoms burst, protons, Lost in a momentary hypnosis, I am taken back to that moment where she and I became this time machine primary components. We sat there, motionless, lost in emotions, soaking in each other, heavy dosages. For some reason, it just felt appropriate to let go and overdose from this. I mean, if it wasn't time travel, then certainly we came close to it. Because floating on a midnight dream just seems to misdiagnose what was us. Finding love at first sight. Seeing fireworks while hearing massive explosions. Damn, what are the chances we done stumbled upon enchantment in this time machine? Yeah, thank you. Oh yeah, you follow me at Kodak_fresh. E is a 3. Yeah, that. Take care.
Thank you. Taj, ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Taj. Keith, the poet Horton.
Peace and blessing, y'all. Thanks for coming out. Safia knows I don't like long, drawn-out introductions. Just let's keep the show going. I want to thank everybody for coming out today, and let us stay mindful of why we're here. The autism awareness, particularly in our community, is like Sophia said, the statistics are staggering. I read somewhere that 1 in every 3 families came in contact with someone that is experiencing an autism experience, and I want to thank you all for coming for this cause, coming for Afonte. All right, give yourselves a hand. I'm Keith the Poet. I can be found on Facebook. I have a book out that is called Urban Escapes, A Poet's Perspective. I have a blog site out that's called Urban Perspectives, and I'm here to entertain you. I'm a poet, I'm a writer, and I fancy myself more of a writer. People ask me what it is I write. The hope that sways the Bantu woman's hips is what I write. Long after war drums faded, the sweat of Matanza's sun had graced my brow, and Cuba cried my belly full with Abuela's poetry. Shackles shed during midnight runs to freedom lay broken at my feet, melted by the fire of the breath of the elders. And Senegal harvests sold naked in Virginia have grown ripe in my throat, their nectar blood bitter from the season's death. Malcolm's last sermon is what I write. The sound of children's laughter in broken streets. Yayo's cries for joy during pre-dawn wars while her son lay in bed, safe and asleep. And when he rises, I write him eyes of hope and yellow days that flow like rumba rhythms and the Bantu woman's hips to the drum's distant call. Thank you.